All right, so we are starting into part 3 of the test. It says write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the given equation. So key word here is that it is parallel, and we know that if two lines are parallel, then that means that they have the same slope. And so if the slope here is -5, then the slope we are using is -5. And the point that we are using is -9, -2. We have a slope and a point, and that tells me we're going to use point slope form. So I'm going to have y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. This is our x1, y1. And so we're going to take and substitute in y minus our y1 is a -2, turns that into a +2, equals -5 times x minus our x value is -9, minus a -9 turns that into a +9. And now we need to take, and it asks us to write this into slope-intercept form. So we're going to solve for y. So we're going to take and do the distributive property here. -5x minus 45. And then working with inverse, we see a +2. We're going to subtract 2. And we'll have y equals -5x minus 47. And that would be our answer in slope-intercept form. All right, looking at number 16. Number 16 says a printer charges $25 for binding plus 5 cents per page for each copy of a community group's annual report. Write the cost equation and answer the following questions. Well, if we look here, what is the fixed cost? The fixed cost is the $2.55. That's what we pay for the binding. We pay it once, and that's it, and that's why it's fixed. What is the variable cost? The variable cost is the 5 cents here, the 5 cents per page. That's going to be changing depending on how many pages we have. So in our next step here, it says let y represent the cost of the annual report and x represent the number of pages. What is the cost equation? So we're going to have y equals, it is going to be 5 cents times x, the number of pages, and then we will need to add on to that the $2.55, which is our fixed cost, which is our y-intercept. Next step asks us, what will it cost to produce a 27-page report? And so we're going to take y equals 5 cents times 27 pages and add $2.55. And when we do that, order of operations, we will end up that it is $3.90. If we look at the next one here, it asks us if the report costs $6.05, how many pages? So this time the $6.05 goes in for the y, which is the total cost. And we're going to have equal to 0.5x plus $2.55. So this time we're actually solving the equation, not just doing order of operations. So we're going to have to subtract $2.55. And so we have $6.05, and we're going to subtract $2.55. And that'll give us 3.5 if we divide that then by 0.05. And that is going to give us that x would equal 70. And so that would be 70 pages. Graph the equation x equals -5. Remember, vertical lines have undefined slope. all the x values are the same, and so we're looking at a vertical line through -5, which is right here. Every point that is on this line will have an x value of -5. Use the slope and the y-intercept to graph the equation. If we're given 6y plus 12x equals 0, and we're asked to use this, that means we need to take the equation and put it into y equals mx plus b form. And so we're going to take and move the 12x over, so that'll be -12x. And we're going to divide by 6, and have y equals -2x. And so when we're looking at that, that means that our intercept is at the origin 0, 0, and then our slope is -2/1. So we're going to go down 2 and right 1. So I'm going to start here at 0, 0. I'm going to move down 2 and to the right 1. I can reverse that and move up 2 and to the left 1. And there is our line. Graph the linear equation. Once again, probably the easiest way, not the only way, but probably the easiest way would be to take and move this into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to take the 3x and move it over. It becomes a -3x. And then I'm going to have to divide everything by 2. When I divide everything by 2, I'm going to get that y is equal to a -3/2 x plus 9. And so my intercept is at 0, 9, and my slope is down 3 and over 2. And there is my line. Using the slope formula, find the slope of the line through the given points. If we look at this, I really shouldn't have to do any work with this one if I notice that my y values are the same. And hopefully I remember that if I have a horizontal line, then my slope is 0, and all my y values, my y coordinates are the same. And so I can immediately just say that the slope is 0. Now, if I don't notice that, what I can do is start my slope formula, change in y over change in x. And if I do 3 minus 3, I'm going to get a 0. And it really doesn't matter what ends up in the denominator, because when I take 0 and divide it by any number, my slope is 0. So if you forget to look at those points at the beginning and see that the y values are the same, you should still get to the same conclusion that the slope is 0. All right, if we look at the next one here, write the equation of the line in point slope form, and it gives us a point and it gives us a slope. So we need to know that point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And so when I go to do the equation here, I'm going to have y minus, the y value is 2, equals, my slope is 2, and then x minus a -8 minus a -8, change that into a +8. And it told me that I can leave my answer in point slope form, and so therefore this is my answer.